Hey everybody, welcome back to Next Play Records. I'm Andy. I got a video today that looks like, based on my YouTube page, that this is my 100th post uploaded onto YouTube and the Next Play Records channel, which is crazy. I didn't double check that, but I'm going to trust them. It doesn't seem like I've done that many videos over it's been a little less than 2 years. It's not been 2 years yet, so that's a lot of videos, and pretty proud that I've been able to grow my channel a little bit, put out some good content, show some of these awesome records in my collection, and continue to do that going forward. So appreciate y'all that stuck through me for most of those videos. Hopefully it's getting a little better and a little more creative. I do have a couple of contest entries coming up after this one, but I wanted to do a Next Play New Editions and Heavy Rotations video for my 100th, and then I'll do the contests after this. So thanks for tuning in. Let's get started to some non-jazz new editions. This is going to be stuff that I got around Christmas as gifts and right after Christmas, whether it was for a regular purchase or using some gift cards. Stuff that I didn't show in my vinyl tag, which my vinyl tag showed some of those, and I did not include those. Like my brothers gave me this awesome gift. My wife pre-ordered that for me. This was from my mom. So a lot of this stuff that I've shown was also around the same time as these. But one of them is Blackberry Smoke's Record Store Day release from the Black Friday. And it's Stoned, where they're doing covers of Rolling Stones. And now, I had bought this to give to my mom as a Christmas present because I found it for a good deal compared to what it was valued at the time. But as these started getting pulled out and played, there was a pressing issue on almost every single one of them. So side A, it's nice looking vinyl, but side A is pressed off center. So it skips, it hops off. Apparently Blackberry Smoke is doing the right thing. They said their test pressing was perfect, so they're very disappointed that this happened. But they're working something out with the retailers to try to get those replaced. But I mean, the buyer I bought this from on Discogs just refunded me. He said he doesn't know what he's going to be able to do about it, but he's not going to make me pay for it. So I did not give it as a gift to my mom because it was defective. Gave her something else instead, but I'm going to keep this in my collection because side B works perfectly, and it's a good looking album. So Blackberry Smoke, nice little Southern rock band, recent, pretty modern band, playing Rolling Stone songs. As you can see, Can You Hear Me Knocking, Tumbling Dice is on there. I got the blues all down the line. Some good songs. Next non-jazz is an awesome bluegrass duo, Ricky Skaggs and Tony Rice. Skaggs on the mandolin and singing, and then they do a great job of harmonizing, actually. And Tony Rice is one of the best bluegrass picking acoustic guitar players there ever was, maybe the best. And he died, I think, early last year, maybe the year before. So a lot of his records got overpriced and price gouged, but I found this one for a really good deal. And this is solid, raw duo, harmonizing, great picking bluegrass album that I was very happy to add over the last couple of weeks. And I've played this a few times since getting it. So this is a new edition and a heavy rotation. Next one was a Christmas gift from my brother. We draw names, the adults draw names, and so I got a record from him and my brother together, a Grail right there, the Sam Rivers. But then he also drew my name for the adults and got me this along with another one I'm going to show later in the video. But this is Blues in My Bottle by Lightning Hopkins. This is a reissue. It sounds great. This is, again, classic Lightning Hopkins, raw blues, picking and singing, which it's really my favorite kind of music outside of jazz and country, is that raw bluegrass or raw blues, just stripped down music is what I love. I guess call it roots music. So this is a great addition to my blues collection and my Lightning Hopkins collection. Next, sorry I'm getting out of the screen so much, I'm going to bring this stack over here with me. All right, next is one I found at an antique store locally, and it is a Bill Withers album that was reissued by Vinyl Me Please a few months back, so I knew it was going to be a good one. I hadn't heard a whole lot about it, but this was like $3, so I couldn't pass it up. Turns out it's worth about $20. It's one of the different pressing plant OGs, So Bill Withers, Adjustments, Plus Adjustments. Cool cover. I mean, he's one of the best soul R&B singers back in this time, and really like his rich voice and tone of his voice and songs that he chooses to sing. So that was a good one to add for that kind of price. I don't do that a whole lot. I'm more of a online shopper when it comes to records, because the good record stores around me are an hour or more away. There's one antique store in town that has some stuff, and one Goodwill that rarely has anything. So happy to do that every once in a while. I get to dig at some antique malls and find something decent. Next one is my Vinyl Me Please purchase. I was really looking forward to this. This is Iris DeMent. She is a folk country singer and just one of the most unique voices you'll ever hear. Look her up if you haven't heard of her. Infamous Angel. This was her 1992 release. I think it was her first album. But Vinyl Me Please finally reissued it. It was on vinyl in 2013 and was worth over $100. It's hard to find, so I was happy that these records are falling over. I was happy to find it, and Vinyl Me Please, again, classic. Heaven, right? Infamous Angel. Through the Cloudy Blue Sky. I guess that's why they chose that, but good looking record. This must be the reissue label. It's not the original label for this album, but yeah, 1992. Iris DeMent on vocal and acoustic guitar. The most famous song on here is Our Time. So if you want to look up Iris DeMent, Our Town. And also I love Let the Mystery Be. So if there's two songs you want to sample on here, Let the Mystery Be and Our Town, and then Infamous Angel, the title track. Check her out. It's hard to find her on vinyl, so I signed up for 1 month of Vinyl Me Please just to get this. So that's it for the non-jazz. Let's move on to some jazz. I pre-ordered Lovebug Blue Note Classic Vinyl Series. This is soul jazz from the late 60s. I really love this one. It's kind of got that Jimmy Smith vibe because it's the organ playing of Reuben Wilson is the leader of this album, but they do a lot of covers. And at the very beginning of all the songs, you're thinking like, this is like a cheesy jazz cover, but it only lasts for about 30 seconds. And they really start putting in that hard bop, soul jazz feel to all those songs. I ended up loving them all. Lee Morgan, George Coleman, Grant Green, Reuben Wilson, and Leo Morris. But to have Grant Green, George Coleman, and Lee Morgan on an album together in the late 60s, this is probably the only time we've had this lineup. And it brings out something special. So some of the covers on here, I Say a Little Prayer for You, that one. I Say a Little Prayer, Lovebug, Stormy is probably my favorite song on here. I'm Gonna Make You Love Me, Hot Rod. That's some of the top songs on here. But Lovebug, Stormy are two of the best. That's side two. Side two is a killer side. But Lee Morgan on the trumpet, Grant Green on the guitar, rounds out a great lineup with Reuben Wilson there. Next one I have, and I have not listened to this because it delivered a couple of days ago, but I've listened to it on streaming services, not on vinyl. This is a two for Sam Rivers, two previously unreleased sessions of Sam Rivers and the Andrew Hill Quartet, which Sam Rivers was a part of. So very rare sessions, 2 for 1 here. The value of these are going up because a lot of them are situations like this that are hard to find. Sam Rivers has that post-bop, free, avant-garde saxophone going that I've started getting into. Some of these are a little too out there, parts of the song, but for the most part, every song is interesting and worth a deep listening to. But most of it is just unbelievable. He plays on these 2 sessions with Donald Byrd, James Spaulding, Julius Priester, Cecil McBee, and the Andrew Hill Quartet. So this is a nice one to get because I don't see any signs of this session with Sam Rivers being reissued on any kind of high-quality reissue, or the Andrew Hill quartet, which the album is on CD. It's called Changes, I believe. So very happy to get this 2 LP set with Sam Rivers and Andrew Hill Blue Note sessions. Very good. Let's see if I got another Blue Notes. Yes, at the same antique store, I grabbed Lou Donaldson's an OG Midnight Creeper. It's kind of dirty. I need to come up with a better solution to get this one clean. I don't have any of those machines that do a good job of degritting, but I did play it through once. Had too much noise. I didn't want to chance it. So I might get with my brother and get a better process for cleaning something that's this dirty. But it doesn't have a lot of scratches. It's got that great Liberty, mid-60s Liberty label from Blue Note, and it's a good album by Lou Donaldson. Once I get it clean to my liking, it's going to be a great addition to my Blue Note collection. So, Midnight Creeper, Lou Donaldson with, let's see that lineup here. Blue Mitchell on the trumpet, Lou Donaldson on the sax, George Benson, Lonnie Smith on the organ, Leo Morris. So we got Leo Morris on Lovebug and also on Midnight Creeper. I just realized that. A couple more here. I'm going to save the best two for last. This is Forest Flower. This was also a gift from my brother Deep Track Zach at Christmas. Charles Lloyd live at Monterey Jazz Festival. And this is good jazz fusion, post-bop, modal playing by Charles Lloyd and his band at this place. And this is a pretty iconic album for him. So I was happy my brother got this. I do love that Atlantic label right there with the blue and the green. So this is one I think most jazz collectors may have already or should get. So Forest Flower, Charles Lloyd at the Monterey Jazz Festival. Awesome gift. Appreciate that, Zach. And I have two more. This one here is a rare album, not even on CD, I don't think. I mean, you can't stream it. It might be on CD, but this is a reissue on vinyl. Joe Harriet and Amancio da Silva, who I've shown another album of Amancio's that I have called Integration. But this is the Joe Harriet and Amancio da Silva quartet, Hum Dono. And it's, I mean, it's hard to describe what kind of music this is. Kind of Indian, Middle Eastern, European jazz. Great pressing of it. Sounds awesome. I feel like it's more Joe Harriet centric than Amancio da Silva. There's not a whole bunch of his big time guitar solos. There is one song where he's the main player on, but for the most part, it's a good showing of Joe Harriet, who's kind of a alto sax post bop style, which I've started really liking. So look up Home Dono. You could probably find some YouTube clips of it. Awesome jazz, different, but very collectible. So I love that cover too. And last one, but certainly not least, Analog Productions doing their represses of the Prestige Killer titles. And I have some of those titles on OJC or other reissues that I'm happy with, but I did not have this one. So I grabbed it as soon as it came available. Eric Dolphy, Outward Bound. Love that cover. The quality of pressing here by Analog Productions is top notch. Sounds one of the best sounding records now in my collection is this right here. On the New Jazz label, Eric Dolphy. He has that multi-instrument talent that we don't see a whole lot of. He plays the alto sax, the bass clarinet, and the flute on here. Those are his three main instruments. I'm really loving the bass clarinet, and I have listened to this one. This is a new edition and a heavy rotation. I've listened to this one through 3 times now over the last week or so that I've had it. He plays with Freddie Hubbard on the trumpet, Jackie Biard on the piano, which you see him more in this out there jazz sessions like this. George Tucker on the bass, Roy Haynes on the drums. So pretty happy about that. Getting into Eric Dolphy in 2022. Look for him possibly to be up there in the MVP race for this year, which Joe Henderson won last year. But again, I'm going to be getting a few of these. I can't get them all. Way too expensive, especially with all the Blue Note, Tone Poets, and Classic Series coming out. But I'm thinking 2022 is going to be a little less in quantity of records that I add. I added a ton in 2021. Gonna need to be more picky and just get the stuff I love. I'm happy with my rock and my country and my non-jazz collection, but the bulk of my excitement and just emotional connection to music right now is the jazz, and I'm probably just going to go after those older pressings that I come across that are good deals, and the good quality reissues like the analog productions, the classic vinyl, the tone poets, just to kind of not miss out on those that are coming. But I'm not going to be going crazy in 2022 like I did in 2021. But it's going to be quality over quantity, and keep getting the killers and no fillers like I have been in my whole 3.5 year season of record collecting. So look forward to those videos of more stuff like this. I mean, that Eric Dolphy Outward Bound. We'll end it with this awesome record. And until next time, y'all keep spinning that next play.